Evelyn King, Mayor, members of the council. I'm not here to speak in favor or against Sprouts Supermarket. My comments are regarding the city's finances and whether the young man who spoke earlier and provided a cautionary notice about the upcoming initiative to repeal all of Loveland's grocery tax is really being heard. The voters can put this on the ballot without your approval, just like the fracking ban was put on the ballot against your wishes. However, this measure is different because I think all of you would agree most people will vote to give themselves a 3% cut in their grocery bills. In other words, it is likely to pass this coming November. Now, I worked on the successful citizen petition for the Budweiser Event Center and Fairgrounds, and we eliminated food from that tax. We have an overall average of 38% poverty in our schools, and I do not believe the Loveland citizens will want to continue the food tax burden on any low-income citizens who pay the tax. And now that's not the ones in poverty, but you know there's a lot of folks very close to the line and some who aren't eligible to receive benefits of, I shouldn't say benefits, but the poverty designation. So it doesn't matter how any of you stand on the food sales tax repeal initiative, but whether you are preparing for it, should it pass, and it probably will. The city manager has told this council a complete repeal may be too much for the city's budget and could cause real harm. Now you are adding to that risk another $2.2 million that can only be repaid if using the grocery taxes that you already know are tentative. I have not heard any plans to pay back the CEFs you are borrowing the $2.2 million from to give Sprouts this unprecedented subsidy. Please either make the developer give you a solid guarantee to repay the money or consider withdrawing your support for this risky deal with the Sprouts developer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, City Council, I'm Irene. I live on Jefferson, and I had
Irene, last name, please.
Choose.
Okay.
I had spoken before on this. We were mentioned that we were be notified on these meetings, and I haven't seen anything come to my home. I was notified by a neighbor about this tonight, so I'm coming. I wasn't planning on speaking, but because of all the professional speakers out there on the taxes and everything else, how I saw it begin, I didn't even know it was happening a year and a half ago. Whoever it was, Evergreen, or whomever it was, to come in to start taking the stages and the steps to get this all rolling. Come in to make sure that they could buy or sway those 4 people to sell their homes. That was the first move, to go into the zoning, to go to the next stage, to bring it here without all this detail of what's being happening now to all the cities, the members or the homeowners of the City of Loveland. What is happening now with this, I'm not against Sprouts at all. I live organically. I'm gluten-free. And I'm for that everywhere, no matter what you say or how many petitions have been taken.
Irene, please speak to us.
Okay?
Thank you.
Or has been taken. I eat organically. If I can't find it at King Soopers, I go to Country Groceries now. Then I'll go to Natural Foods or Whole Foods. Sprouts is my low-key, although the vegetational part is great. With all this, what has taken place, I'm not against this at all. I'm not against Sprouts, but it's the location. It's the business. The horrific accidents I saw last summer on 34 and 287 was horrific. To bringing this in, trying to adjust the traffic in and out, all the people that walk, skateboard, ride their bicycles, family units, 4th of July, any big gatherings over there, people walk. And to see that or bring CDOT in sooner or later to expand that whole area, all those other stores, Walgreens, Dairy Queen, all them are going to be wiped out. How many, what was it, how much millions that would take with that, Sprouts be prepared, correct. But what about everyone else around in that whole vicinity? What is happening now, those 4 homes are on closing. They have to be out by the 2nd. Boom. They're not, some of them can't even find a home. Others are moving in with other people, but they have to be out. It's just the location. It's the location for this. And the disruption, just not on our street, living in an elementary school for deaf children, which lives right next to me, 2 deaf children. I thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, councilors. My name is Darren Barrett. I'm a native, believe it or not, of Loveland, Colorado. I currently live on West 13th Street. And at this time, I'd like to encourage all of you to vote tonight to reconsider this proposal concerning Sprouts. It's for everyone's benefit. It's for the benefit of the residents on Jefferson. It's for the benefit of the citizens of Loveland. And I think it'd even be for the benefits of the Sprouts people themselves. There are just too many problems on too many levels concerning this proposal. I don't live on Jefferson, as I said, but I worked there many years ago in some of the businesses that are no longer there. And as far as I'm concerned, the traffic problem started back then, and it's only gotten worse right now. And to bring in a Sprouts development to that corner is going to be a traffic nightmare, Again, there's just too many problems on too many levels. I attended one of the very first meetings concerning this matter last year. I believe it was the initial one, where it was announced that that's what was proposed, was a Sprouts. And if I recall at that time, there were some questions about traffic concerns on Highway 34. And my understanding was that CDOT was going to be contacted, and even there were going to be a representative from CDOT here at future meetings to address that. And I don't see where that ever occurred. I did hear some of the initial concerns from the residents. There was only a handful of people here at that first meeting, and those were kind of heard, and there was some opinions voiced by several members of the council that we would go cautiously on this deal, and if there was any problems, we'd go slow and address them one by one, but that doesn't seem to have come up. And then that was long before the issue of this $2.2 million incentive even came to light. I did not attend the following meeting. I believe that was actually on Tuesday, November 4th. It was election night when you voted on this deal, and not all the council members were even present. You voted on this deal while the polls were still open. I don't think that was appropriate at all. I think the decision that was made at that time should be declared null and void, and you should start over again. It's as simple as that. And I think there should be an addition to the city charter that we don't have any council meetings like that on an election night in the future. I'm not for Sprouts or against Sprouts. It's a private business, a private enterprise deal. If they want to come to Loveland and build a store, that's great. That's wonderful. I think that 800 whatever signatures on a petition for private business is irrelevant because it's not anything to do with that. Thank you.